Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading Ruth 1 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephraimites, and of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them, and the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, Go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. The Lord grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her, Surely we will return with thee unto thy people. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are ye yet any more sons in my womb? Are there yet, any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. And she said, Behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people, and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So they 2 went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them, and they said, Is this Naomi? And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty hath dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and the Lord hath brought me home again empty. Why then call ye me Naomi, seeing the Lord hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me? So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest. Alright, guys. So, as per the name, this is the book of Ruth, and hence the story of Ruth, as we all can gather from the name of the book, right? And from what we've just read in this chapter. So, Ruth is no, remember, Ruth is a Moabite, okay? She is not of the children of Israel, okay? So she's here, and Ruth's son, one of Ruth's son, what am I saying, Ruth? One of Naomi's sons, pardon me, married her, and he died along with his brother, right? And they were returning, she was basically a widow. So no, she should return unto her people, but she decided that she does not want to return unto her people. She wants to cleave unto Naomi, her mother-in-law, and that speaks a lot to me. And also her sister-in-law wanted also to stay with Naomi, but Naomi convinced her not to do so. And that shows that when you treat people kindly, fairly, and just, they will cleave unto you, okay? And that in itself shows me that, sometimes I see certain mother-in-laws and with their daughter-in-laws or their son-in-laws, and they do not treat them justly. But here it is, where these two young women, they decided that they would remain with their mother-in-law after their husbands have passed, because this woman dealt with them fairly and she was good to them. And this shows me the character of Naomi. Naomi was not spoken of much. Naomi was not spoken of before this, but this shows me the character of Naomi. And I hope that many women will actually see what is being shown in this chapter, okay? That when your son takes on a wife unto him, you take on a daughter also. And when your daughter takes a husband unto herself, you now take on a son. Okay, so it is not someone's son or your son's wife or your daughter's husband. It is now your son and your daughter. Okay, because they're now one. So you have now come into being their parent. They've now come to be your son or your daughter, and so you should treat them as you would entreat your children. Okay, and that's what I get from this chapter, the fact that Naomi treated these young women as daughters and not just as wives of their sons, because if she did treat them as just wives of their sons, they would not feel for her in this way, where they would actually follow her back to her hometown instead of going back to their parents' house to remarry and live out their lives because they were young. Okay, and this just goes to speak to how we should behave, something that we should emulate as women, a character that we should emulate as women. And we can see that she's humble in everything that she does. She's humble. Here it says that when she returned and they started asking, the people of her city started saying, "Is this not Naomi?" Obviously she was known within her city prior to leaving with her husband, and they were there and they were saying, is this not Naomi? For whatever reason, they were saying it was Naomi. Probably she was very fair and they remembered her for being very fair, or she was of a wealthy family and they remembered her and they knew her because of that, because she's renowned because of her family background. That has not been revealed as yet, and I will not go into that as yet, but they knew her. Okay, she was someone known unto them. And I figure back in those days also everyone was kind of close, so yeah, they knew her. And she was not saying, oh, yeah, I'm Naomi and all of that. She was like, call me Mara, for God had dealt bitterly with me. I don't know what I've done unto the Lord, obviously, but the Lord has afflicted me, and the Lord has testified against me for whatever it is that I may have done in his sight. I know not what I've done. I'm not sure of what I've done, but he is bearing testimony against me. Hence I returned empty unto my people. Okay? I'm not the Naomi that left. Okay? And that in itself shows me that she was humble by nature. Okay? Alright guys, so that's it. That's where I leave you for this. Nothing much, just the fact that I think that we should all try to emulate Naomi in that we should behave fairly and justly unto our daughters-in-law and our sons-in-law, because that's what's shown here. Okay, that she was actually a woman that dealt fairly with her daughters-in-law. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave you here. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you're alerted to whenever a new audio video is posted. Okay, and please don't forget to share your comments, your thoughts, and your revelations down below in the comment section. Have yourselves a blessed day, and please remember to keep your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There is no better time than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.